welcome back to my channel. I'm James. Today I've got some very exciting advanced reviews and we're going to be deep diving into Moon Knight, the complete first season in this upcoming 4K Ultra HD release, and the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the complete first season in another upcoming 4K Ultra HD release. Both of these were sent to me 2 weeks early from Disney to dive into and test for all of you to let you know the total quality of these releases. As always, I do appreciate when the studios send things to me for review, but as you know, it never changes or affects my testing data or my review scores. I can tell you when I went through these, I had a blast diving into and watching these series again. I can tell you there's a lot of things I discovered in comparison to the Disney Plus streaming version, and that's what I'm going to be covering in today's video. I'm going to be showing you the differences between these native 4K transfers and the Disney Plus 4K digital version, and what you saw when you watched on Disney Plus, and what these look like in comparison. I'm going to share all my testing data and my sum up total review scores on the quality of both of these upcoming 4K releases to let you know if these are something you should be buying and adding to your collection, or if there's something you should skip altogether. Now, it's always very important, if you decide you're going to buy either of these after you get done hearing my review scores, I've done all of the work for all of you and put the direct Amazon sale links as a pinned comment in the comment section right below this video. Those links down there never cost you, the viewer, a penny extra when you click on them, but simply by clicking on them, you do show your support of the creation of these videos and all the time and work I put into creating these exclusive comparison reviews. So make sure if you decide you're going to buy these or add these to your collection, always go down and use those direct Amazon sale links right down there below. Now to start off with here, I'm going to show you the Disney Plus digital version up above. These are the native images pulled directly from the digital streaming Disney Plus version you would have watched, and it did have a darker image. It was softer, and because of that darker image, it was harder to see in a lot of areas. And I thought for this show, the stylized action mixed with some horror mystery, honestly, because of how dark it was on Disney Plus, it took away from a lot of that, because a lot of the slight horror mystery elements, really you couldn't see it, so it wasn't nearly as basically intense or scary as they intended it to be, because you had a harder time watching and seeing things through the Disney Plus streaming version. Well, I am happy to report, for this new native 4K 2160p, it did alleviate all of those issues with the darker image on this new native 4K transfer. As I was explaining about the series itself, it is an action, adventure, mystery, thriller with horror elements. And I will say, for a Marvel TV series, I'm a big sucker for Marvel. I love Star Wars, I love Marvel. And this is one of those that I was very intrigued with, because a lot of Marvel's things kind of focus on a similar path for its hero stories. This is not. And I will tell you, if you have not experienced this series yet, it is a darker, and I hate to call it a superhero series because it is kind of going in a whole new element of more horror and darker mystery. And I really like that element, especially with the combination of Egyptian mythology all mixed together. I'm a big sucker for things having to do with Egyptian mythology. I love the pyramids and mummies and everything combined together. This does a great job of combining all of those elements into a really cool mystery with horror that really, there was some horror elements that did make me jump. And I will tell you that goes into the Dolby Atmos that I'm going to talk about later on in this in a massive way on this that was missing on the Disney Plus version. Now, Moon Knight is not a perfect series. There is some clunky scenes, there is some clunky dialogue, but overall to me, I stuck with it through the whole way the original time I watched it and then watched it again. And I will tell you, I do enjoy the character and world building because it is a fresh and new spin with a new character that's not the same. And it's not that I don't love Captain America and Iron Man, I do. But this is a whole new thing. I mean, honestly, I love the darker horror vibes that this series gave, and I really thought Moon Knight's outfit was probably one of the coolest outfits and most unique outfits for a kind of quasi darker superhero. I really thought the production values on this were really outstanding. Now, for season 1 contained in this complete season 1 set, its runtime is 288 minutes, and that's for a full 6 episodes contained in this entire set. Now, the series originally did come out in 2022, and for this 4K release, it is a native 4K 2160p with an HDR10 master. I can tell you the HDR10 is where you will notice a massive improvement and upgrade because the implementation on this is literally sublime. You will notice lights to darks and brilliant whites, inky blacks, and zero black crush. You had such horrible black crush on the Disney Plus version, as you're noticing those native images up above, that it had a hard time, like I said, seeing a lot of even the horror elements that were meant to scare you and kind of coming out at you. You really couldn't see most of them coming out of the darkness, so it really didn't have that really like just kind of creepy horror elements that I really enjoyed when watching it on this was completely missing on the Disney Plus version. Now I will tell you, for this native 4K, it is incredibly detailed. The depth and detail is shocking. It is pristine looking from beginning to end. Every single episode in this series looks absolutely immaculate. You'll be blown away by the pores you can see, the hairs, even the costumes itself that weren't done by CGI. You can see so much in all of the details in Moon Knight's costume, which is why I was really impressed with watching it on this and when I watched it on Disney Plus, because a lot of those details that really added to the universe were completely missing on the Disney Plus version. You can actually see them all in this, and that's what adds to the level of the lore and just the enjoyment of the series overall for me, is when you can see more of those things and basically the love they put into this character design, especially for the costume. Man, you really couldn't see a lot of that love and care they put into it on Disney Plus. Now you actually can in this simply gorgeous 4K transfer. Now, make sure to go down there and give this video a like and a thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button and the bell notification. That way you're notified right away whenever I release any of these early or advanced reviews. Studios send me things early for review all of the time, and you never want to miss out on any of this content. So make sure to go down there, give this video a like and a thumbs up for me, hit that subscribe button and the bell notification. Now, talking about the Dolby Atmos on this, that is where there is a very unique use of it for this series specifically. As I was explaining at the beginning slightly about the horror mystery elements of it, there's a lot of scenes that had a lot of building up LFE and areas that basically on Disney Plus, you didn't have at all. The LFE was missing, and it also lacked a lot of the height channel usage because of it just being a lower quality and a very softer, where it wasn't as loud of an audio mix. You do notice on this the height channels being used consistently throughout the entire series in very unique and fun ways. And when I say unique, there's things like when his cloak and his cape is flowing behind because it kind of goes all over when he's running and things like that. You can hear the height channels on that, but then also all of the like creature effects and like obviously the Egyptian creatures coming after him, the kind of like mummy effects and the crackling of bones, and like when the creature would jump overhead, you would hear that coming through the height channels very well. On Disney Plus, when I watched it, you couldn't hear it at all. And so I went back and listened to it again, can't hear it at all. On this, it uses the height channels very well. And there's a lot of scenes where, like on the back here, the Egyptian beings and things that are basically like at the beginning in the horror scenes with like coming out of the darkness when he's in the basically containers looking through them. And you see all of a sudden it coming out of the darkness and things like that. It had a lot of like sudden like scare jumps, but because of how dark that was, you couldn't see it. But on top of that, you also couldn't hear the clicking and the sounds of basically moving overhead as he was running down the opposite direction. It would jump ahead or move side to side. You could hear that going through the height channels as it whooshed above. Couldn't hear it on Disney Plus. You can on this. There were so many unique elements other than the obvious like gunfire, and when he's getting shot out in numerous episodes and there's gunfire flying overhead, or like when the car gets hit in the first episode and it's flying over the van and you can hear that going overhead with the height channel. Those are obvious uses of the height channel. There were so many cool elements of the Dolby Atmos mix that sucked me into this and really immersed me into this, that completely changed my experience of when I was watching it on Disney Plus originally, that I really felt like overall, and I know I said this before, but it did feel like watching it for the first time because of all those added elements, what I could see, what I could hear, what I felt. I mean, you got to remember LFE and the bass response is so much better on this that it simply blew away Disney Plus to where it really felt like I was watching something completely new. And this is the way it was intended to be seen. Obviously, the look of this and the sound of this is so unique for a Marvel project that if it would have been released in this quality with not only image and sound, I think the series would have done drastically better. But it never did on Disney Plus because it was just softer, darker, harder to see, harder to hear, and lacked all of those elements that this actually has. It feels different watching it, and man, will I say I enjoyed it so much more going back a second time in this than I did originally the first time I watched it. And that is why, for me, I really enjoyed this. So to sum up the Dolby Atmos mix on this, it's extremely clean, clear, amazing range, and is one of the most immersive Dolby Atmos mixes that I've heard on any of these Disney Plus TV series releases on 4K yet. It was that impressive. If you've watched my original Mandalorian review, I gave high marks for the Dolby Atmos mix on that. I absolutely loved it. It's a reference quality Dolby Atmos audio mix. This audio mix beats the Mandalorian's Dolby Atmos audio mix. And that means a lot because it had a lot to beat that. And let me tell you, you will be amazed with all of the uses of the height channels and how immersive this is, that it honestly was one of those surprising things. I loved the Mandalorian releases. If you've watched that review, you'll know why. This beats those. Now, I do want to touch on the special features. This does come with 4 brand new, never before seen special features diving into the backgrounds of this story, the backgrounds of the character, hidden things, which is what I think is the best of these special features is. They dive into hidden things from the series itself that basically you might have missed and didn't know. I talked about it in my Star Wars reviews. I previously did Andor and Obi-Wan, and I talked about in those special features for those, they did a similar thing. Thankfully, they did the same thing for Moon Knight, and that maybe is why I enjoyed it even more as well watching it again. It's because those special features added to story elements, why they made certain decisions with certain characters, why certain scenes they showed, and they explained those things of why they were important to the overall story that I missed. And that to me adds a value to those special features that makes it a worthwhile addition for those. And they did the same thing in Moon Knight. They gave some very good special features. And to give you an example, you get deleted scenes, which those are very enjoyable, gag reels, behind the scenes, and the making of Moon Knight and the episodes and what went behind them and original thoughts of why they did certain things. Overall, the special features contained in the set are extremely enjoyable and drastically expanded my enjoyment of the series overall. Now, show what you get in this. You get this absolutely gorgeous limited edition SteelBook set. I know it's hard to see in the image there when it's shiny, but it has absolutely awesome gold effects on here, like on his suit and everything. Basically, the moon and the gold effects that are coming through are super gold and shiny, so they stand out from the SteelBook. I loved that effect, and I love the artwork on it. And to share with you honestly, this is my favorite artwork on any of these limited edition SteelBooks that they've done for any of these limited edition Disney Plus 4K releases. This is my #1 favorite. If I had to pick from all of them, because I've reviewed all 8 of them now, of all of them, if I had to pick one artwork, this is my favorite. The effects of what they did on this artwork with those gold is one of the coolest limited edition SteelBooks I own. I absolutely love it. I will answer the question, is this being released in a standard case? And that is no. Disney has been very specific. I've reviewed all 8 of the Disney Plus 4K releases now, and Disney was very specific. These are all limited edition only. Once they sell out, they're not reprinting, and they're not releasing them in standard cases. On the side here, it does have Moon Knight with, again, gold effects on it. #1. I will answer that as well. This is season 1. It is #1. They are planning season 2, and they are planning to release season 2 later on in these limited edition 4K releases as well. So the nice thing is they did put 1. So on your bookcase, if you've been collecting all of these like I have, you will have a very nice collection of all of these Disney Plus TV series, both Marvel and Star Wars. And I really like how they look when I line all 8 up. They look outstanding because they all match. And then showing you on the back here, again, it has very nice gold like inlays. And I love the character artwork and the design and drawings of this. It's very just kind of slightly creepy, which is why I think this series is just kind of cool overall. It's mostly set a lot of the scenes at night, and I will say that creepy vibe comes through great on this native 4K. And then when you get inside, you do get limited edition art cards that are including this limited edition set. Now, I did test both discs in here. They're 100% region free, and they are BD100s. So if you're wanting to buy this or import this to anywhere outside of the US, you won't have any issues playing these whatsoever, and that Amazon link down there below ships anywhere worldwide. Now, I did dive into and test out the rough average bitrate for all of you. I'm very happy to report this has a shockingly high, healthy, and extremely strong 81 megabits per second for the entire series. It was one of those wow experiences. lends to why it just looks so phenomenal. Now, getting to my review score. For Moon Knight in this limited edition SteelBook set for season 1, this gets an outstanding reference quality 9.8. That is the highest review score for any of these Disney Plus TV series yet. It is stunningly reference quality image and reference quality Dolby Atmos that you will be amazed at the quality of it. You will sit there and just be, wow. It's like looking out and watching this series through a pristine, clean glass window. That's how realistic and lifelike it looks, that you literally sit there and can see every pore and every hair. Everything is so detailed that you will be amazed. I was shocked at the quality of it, and it beats all of the Disney Plus TV series yet, and is the best quality image and sound quality at a reference quality 9.8. I can't believe the quality of this one. It was stunning, and I really enjoyed it. Don't miss out on this one. This one is a must buy you need to have in your collection. Experience the amazing Dolby Atmos. The reference quality image and sound can't be missed. This is one of those you gotta have in your collection. If you decide you're gonna buy and add this to your collection now, make sure to go down and use that direct Amazon sale link down there below. Those are very important to the creation of these comparison videos. The only way I can always do this is through your support. Did you see Moon Knight on Disney Plus? Did you notice how dark it was and you felt like a lot of the time you had a hard time seeing anything? Now, you watch it on this, you won't have that issue. You'll actually notice a lot of things you never saw. You'll actually be able to see them on this. Start that conversation down there below in the comment section and let me know how excited you are for this one. Let me know if you're going to be buying it and if you're going to be adding this to your collection. This is one of those very unique and very exciting Marvel TV series that I like that they tried something new and went a whole new direction, because it is fresh in and of itself. It's not trying to be something like all of the rest of the Marvel universe. And for that, I applaud Marvel for trying something new. Next up, we have the 2021 Marvel TV series, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. This is a native 4K 2160p with an HDR10 master for the entire season 1, which is a full runtime of 305 minutes with 6 episodes. I can tell you, as you're probably noticing right away, compared to the Disney Plus version, Disney Plus was a very muted color experience that really lacked a lot of color depth, as well as it lacked a lot of details in that image. This one does not have those issues at all. The native 4K with the great HDR10 implementation alleviates all of those issues I had with the Disney Plus version. And as you notice, the colors on this are very vibrant and detailed and lend to, just like the outside of this limited edition SteelBook, it's just a very vibrant colored show. It's supposed to be. I mean, you have to remember, this is picking up the Captain America legacy. And this TV series is a continuation and directly influenced by Captain America and the Winter Soldier, the movie. So you have to remember a lot of those elements of that film, which this has very similar action in it. And a lot of that, like, basically frenetic action style is included in this. And I will tell you something that I want to point out. You know, I've been doing these reviews of these Disney Plus TV series and I've never really talked about this element, but we've been really spoiled by these Disney Plus TV series even being released in these native 4Ks, that a lot of the times we really haven't thought about the production values that went into the TV series alone. It is one of those things that is incredibly impressive. It's blockbuster style filmmaking, but done in a TV series with massive budgets and massive set designs, massive special effects, massive visual effects. Honestly, if you sit back and think of what we're getting spoiled with, it's extremely impressive that we get to watch something at this high a level, and it's a TV series. It's basically Captain America the Winter Soldier into a TV series with obviously a brand new story, building on the legacy and elements of Captain America, and tying it together in a story that has good drama and acting in it. I was very impressed with the series. I enjoyed it. It's got a lot of spy elements. It's got a lot of family and drama, as you'll notice in the first episode, building on the thought processes that go behind the heroes and the things they deal with in everyday lives and what it's like to live as a hero when, like they talk about with Anthony Mackie's character, the Falcon, he doesn't have a job. He can't get a loan. And it's unique things like that that they point out that, yeah, he gets donations from people that he saved, but he doesn't have a job, so he can't get loans for things. And it's a unique element they went with this TV series. And it really does add to the enjoyment of basically all of the Marvel superheroes that they built upon, but kind of bringing it down to earth, but still having massive production values as what we got from Moon Knight and Obi-Wan, and obviously Andor, and the list goes on and on. We really just haven't stopped to think about how really spoiled we've been. This is another one we've really been spoiled with. Depth and detail on this is great. Though I will tell you there is one thing you will notice if you have not seen this series before. This series specifically has certain lenses and filters to give it a diffused look in a lot of scenes throughout the entire series. So some scenes will appear softer, and that's intentional. It's not something they did wrong. Because of the way they filmed it, it's supposed to give like a hazy, diffused look intentionally in a lot of scenes, especially the flashbacks. Some of those are very soft looking. That's intentional. Not going to look as pristine as the Moon Knight. Moon Knight is the best looking of all of these that I've ever seen. I literally just can't stress that enough. But overall, it's still a very impressive native 4K transfer, and the HDR10 with the colors on it is very beautiful to watch, which the dull Disney Plus version, man, I couldn't believe how dull it was until I started comparing them side by side and actually realized how massive an upgrade just even the colors are on this. Now, we also get a continuation of the amazing English Dolby Atmos that we got on the previous Disney Plus 4K releases. It's extremely strong, clean and clear, height channels used consistently throughout the entire series, and it does have very good range and amazing LFE. You're not missing out on anything with this. Dolby Atmos wise, you get an incredibly immersive and enjoyable experience that destroys in every area the Disney Plus poor and soft audio mix. Now, talking about special features, you get 4 brand new, never before seen special features. You get behind the scenes, hidden things about this TV series, gag reels, deleted scenes, and the making of this TV series. Plenty of special features to dive into that did add a lot of value to this. Though I will say, the story in this for me was easy enough to follow along with, that in the special features for this one though, it didn't give me anything that I didn't really know about the series as far as like hidden things. They were more or less enjoyable about the production and special effects and different scenes, how they made them. That's more or less what I enjoyed out of this one. It wasn't as basically like eye-opening as like Moon Knight special features. Those ones, there were some really eye-opening ones of things that I didn't really catch. Now, show what you get in this. You get this extremely glossy limited edition SteelBook. I love the artwork on this one. On the side, it does say the Falcon and the Winter Soldier #1 because they are planning season 2. And they are planning on releasing season 2 in these limited edition SteelBook sets as well for us to continue our sets. I will tell you again, this is another one that is only limited edition. It will not be released in any standard case. So if you're waiting for that, you're going to be waiting for nothing because Disney said they're only planning these in limited edition only. Now, I do love how in the back, this has another one of those really awesome artworks. I love how it has the Winter Soldier and Falcon and their new costumes in here with the Captain America shield. Really cool how they don't just throw a color on the back. I really think that's really collectible for these limited edition sets. Now, inside here, you do get artwork on the inside of the SteelBook as well. I tested both discs. They are 100% region free, and they are BD100s as well, so they gave it plenty of room to breathe for all of the episodes, which is why it lends to it having such an amazing image in comparison to Disney Plus's poor image. And you do get 3 limited edition collectible art cards. I really like the colors and the look of these art cards. They were really cool on this. And I like that they include these limited edition art cards in every single one of these sets. It really adds as something special for us collectors, especially myself that loves collecting limited edition SteelBooks. I like getting something extra like this because it does add to something I can take out and look at, and that makes it a nice little bonus. Now, I did dive into and test out the rough average bitrate for all of you. Happy to report this is a high, healthy, and strong 70 megabits per second. Lends to why it has such nice depth and detail in the image. Not as strong as Moon Knight and like Obi-Wan, but it's still a very good and very consistent rough average bitrate. Now, getting to my review score. For Falcon and the Winter Soldier Season 1, this gets an amazing 9.6. It's a must buy, you need to buy and have in your collection. I've been amazed at the continuing high quality that Disney has provided in all 8 of these limited edition Disney Plus TV series releases. And it's not just a one-off. You have to think of this. This is 8 in a row now that Disney has provided amazing, stunning quality, both in image and sound, for us to enjoy and experience at home over and over again. By owning this, once it's gone on digital and they get rid of it and they say, hey, for whatever tax write-off or anything like that, I own this now. They can't ever get rid of this. I can watch this as many times as I want. Digital, you can't. And digital, you cannot see it in this amazing quality, and you cannot listen to it in this amazing quality. This truly is an amazing 9.6. You'll be blown away if you like Captain America. This continues directly with the action-adventure legacy of Captain America. It's a very good TV series. You'll enjoy it from beginning to end. Don't miss out on getting this. This is a limited edition only set. Disney says once they're gone, they're gone. I love the quality of these, and I am thrilled. There's no way to explain to all of you. I know I've said this before, but truly I am thrilled with the quality we're getting of these Disney Plus TV series. We are really spoiled, and that's the theme of this video, to be honest with you. If you haven't picked up that theme yet, we are truly spoiled right now to have gotten 8 Disney Plus TV series released in these amazing quality. Wow. I'm thrilled. I'm so excited to be able to watch these over and over again, to own these, and not to have to worry about them ever disappearing. Now, I do know about some that are being worked on and planned for future 4K releases. There's numerous other seasons and titles that Disney is working on for future 4K releases, continuing this series in these limited edition steelbooks. I'll be sharing those here in an upcoming video with all of you. So that is something exciting to look forward to. I try to space it out so that way there's exciting information always coming out. And we will be getting more of these. And as long as Disney continues its amazing reference quality, image and sound quality like they have for all of their releases of these Disney Plus, we will have an amazing library of Disney Plus TV series. And let me tell you, we already really do. 8 of these already have come out, and they've all been stunning. I'm thrilled with the quality we're getting. I'm so excited knowing what's coming up. Now, it's very important, if you decide you're gonna buy or add any of these Disney Plus TV series to your collection, always go down and use those direct Amazon sale links right down there below. Those links down there are truly important to the creation of these videos. The only way I can always create these exclusive image comparisons and all of this content you enjoy watching here on this channel, it's through you, my viewers and subscribers' support, by you using those Amazon links down there below and joining my Collectors VIP Club. I want to say thank you to every one of you for all your support. It truly is amazing, and I really do appreciate it. Make sure to start that conversation down there in the comment section below and let me know how thrilled and excited you are. Let me know what of these TV series you're excited for. Let me know if you saw them originally on Disney Plus and you're excited to experience them a second time. As always, I truly hope all of you have a blessed day, and I've always got something new, early, exclusive, and exciting coming out very soon.